If you've got yourself an online product or service, if you've launched it a few times and now you're kind of beginning to wonder if you're ready to add a funnel, if now's the right time, if if your product's going to be right, if you've got everything set up, like if you want to know whether or not now is the time to launch a funnel or you should wait for a little bit, then this video is just for you. Hey there, it's just Kate here from Secret Bloggers Business and from Boss Squad. And I'm just jumping in today to answer a question that, well, I know a lot of you are kind of asking yourself, actually. And I've seen a lot of people chatting about this in the Facebook group. And that is, how do you know when your business is ready for a funnel? Because I think a lot of people hear the word funnel and they immediately freeze and they freak out and they think, oh no, funnel is scary, funnel is hard, funnel is expensive, it's time consuming, it's complicated, all of those things. And to be honest, yes, they can be when you're not doing them right. But the thing is, funnels don't have to be any of those things to still be really profitable, really effective. In fact, the best funnels are the simplest, and I am actually running a workshop right now, a free live workshop, which is actually on tomorrow. So if you're thinking about funneling, you're not really sure where to start, I'm going to take you through the 4 steps that I use and my students use to create my 5K funnel formula. So the link is there, grab it, come and join me. But while you're doing that, or before you jump in and do that, I wanted to answer this question of how do you know when you're ready for a funnel? Because the thing is, funnels are amazing. When you have a funnel set up in your business, everything is so much different. Like, one of my students, she had been trying to set up a funnel for ages, kind of like seeing what other people were doing and trying to replicate it. And, it wasn't quite working. And, at the same time, while she was trying to do that, she was also trying to launch, and she was trying to, do one-on-one clients, and she just didn't really have enough time to do anything very well. And she was kind of falling a bit out of love with her business because she just didn't, she wasn't feeling like she was accomplishing anything or helping anyone. And that's kind of why she did what she did. And the thing is, she came in, she joined the program, she went through it, and we got her set up with her first funnel. And I think it was within 4 weeks, she went from not making, any sales to making up to 20 a week. And she didn't have to do anything. And all of a sudden, like when you have something like that set up, all of a sudden the pressure is off. And, once, you've got that set up, it's working, you have this like real base level of income, then you can just go, okay, well, I got my cash flow sorted now. And of course you can sort of increase that funnel as you like, but just knowing you've got your, your salaries sorted and all the costs of your web hosting and your email and all that kind of stuff kind of covered, it's so freeing, like it's so liberating. And then you can really, just work with the clients you want to work on, or do some passion projects, or, spend some time fixing up those things you always wanted to fix up, or, hey, just relax and, take some time off. Like that is what your business looks like when you have a funnel. And like I said, it doesn't have to be crazy complicated. And if you want me to show you exactly what we set up for her, that's what I'm going through in that workshop. So grab the link. It'll be on one of the sides or down below if you're on your mobile. But if you're kind of still on the fence and thinking, look, funnel sounds awesome, but I still don't know if that's actually for me. Like, how do I know? I still kind of think I'm not quite there yet. I don't think that, maybe it's a thing I do later. It's more of an advanced thing. I'm kind of here to let you know that it's probably not. Like most people, they funnel too late as far as I'm concerned. They leave it, then they leave it and they leave it. And the number one sort of comment that people say to me when they finally do get something set up is like, oh my God, why didn't I do this earlier? It's so easy. And, like they just feel like they've wasted all this time and they've left all this money on the table, and, they kind of kick themselves a bit, but like you don't know what you don't know. So I've got 3 kind of criteria for how you know if you're funnel ready. So the first sign that you're funnel ready, this is a pretty easy one, is if you have a product, or, and I'll call it a scalable product or offering, like if whether it's an online course or program, some kind of workshop that you run, even coaching, but basically, do you have something that you sell, that you have sold successfully before, and that you would be happy to be selling, you know, a certain number of extra every week? Like, you could deal with that. Like, I don't want, you know, I've worked with like web designers and things before, and they sort of look at creating funnels around getting people, you know, onto discovery calls to line up for clients, but they can only really handle a certain number of those for that kind of offering. But it still works. It's great. Like, means that, you know, you always have, you know, you're always kind of fully booked. Oh, hey, Claire, how you going? Hey, so, you know, there's definitely, you know, there's definitely different types of products, but you want to make sure it's a product that, one, as it exists, you've sold it before, and also that you would be happy and able to take more people on. Like, if you made 10 sales next week, that would be totally fine. So if you have one of those, that's the big tick. That's kind of the main tick, to be honest. Then, you know, then you're pretty funnel ready. The second thing you need to be funnel ready is to basically be sick of launching. So, or just sick of living in that kind of feast and famine kind of cycle of launching, or sick of like cold calling, or having to, you know, be asking friends to refer you to make, you know, to make your income. Just be sick of starting every month going, okay, I have to get, you know, X amount, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that. And you're just going to kind of hustle and cross all your fingers and toes and kind of hope that it happens. So if you are in that stage, well, then you're actually like more than funnel ready, but you're, you know, this is like prime time, and adding a funnel into your business is going to make such a big difference. Like, having that, you know, that reliable income set up. So first of all, like, do you have a product and has it sold? And second of all, are you sick of having unreliable income, basically? Would you like to know that you earn a certain amount each month, every month, without having to actually do something? So if you got some yeses for those, let me know in the comments if that sounds good. I've got Claire said, I've been wanting to do this for ages, but get so overwhelmed with how to do it and properly. And that's totally, like, that is, I think, the number one thing that people kind of go, oh, funnel, too hard, because, you know, people like to make them complicated sort of just for the sake of making them complicated. The best funnels that I have seen, like the ones, and I've had the privilege of having a look in the back end of some like multi-million-dollar funnels. They are so beautifully simple. Like, it's just, there's a specific strategy. Don't get me wrong. There is, you know, certain things you have to do at certain times. And we'll go through that like in the workshop. So Claire, definitely jump in for that. But they are simple and they are easy, and the tools they use to create them are so simple. So that kind of brings me to point number 3 of how you know if you are ready to funnel, if you're ready to add a funnel to your business. And that is, you need to have a base level of tech knowledge, but this is how base this is. So if you can send an email or schedule a Facebook post, if you can do a Facebook Live or some other form of video, and if you can create a PowerPoint presentation, you're ready to funnel. If you know how to do all of those things, that's pretty much as high level tech as you need, particularly when, you know, you sort of have a specific funnel plan and you kind of see how it all works together. And like I said, that's all in the workshop. So make sure you click through and come and join me. Claire says, I really struggle with what to give away for free at the start. I've got no ideas what to give. Well, again, that's something that's really specific. There is a specific strategy for. So usually when you're trying to come up with like what opt-in to give away, it's normally you want it to be something that's kind of like the step before your product, if that makes sense. And you also want it to be not something that's too like overwhelming or complicated. So actually the simpler, the better. So things like, you know, checklists, roadmaps, frameworks, that kind of thing, planners even, but you don't want to be going in there and giving them something that's necessarily solving all their problems, because then they're like, oh, hey, I don't need this new thing. There's, you know, this next step, but something that kind of helps them to see sort of how you work, how your method or whatever it is that you're selling is kind of different and unique. And sort of anything that will help them sort of see those next steps ahead without doing them, if that makes sense. So it really does depend on exactly what your topic is. And if you come to the workshop tomorrow, I am happy to do some brainstorming at the end, because we've got a Q&A section. So maybe we can help you out with that there. But it's definitely, to be honest, that first step, that figuring out that opt-in, again, I think it's a really common thing that people get stuck on. It's not like that important a step. It's really not, like, because most of the time when you are creating your funnel, like, the opt-in is only one of the ways that people jump into it, and it's kind of like a secondary way that they jump into it. So anyway, I explain it all in the workshop, so make sure you go along to that. But if you have been watching this and you have those three things, so just to recap, do you have a product that you've sold previously and that you'd be happy to have 10 new people buy next week? If you do, awesome. Are you kind of sick of having unreliable income and kind of sick of having to launch all the time every time funds get a little bit low? Or just, you know, that constant stress of the launch, you know, if you're launching every 3 months, you're basically kind of constantly working on a launch or launching. You're kind of sick of that and you'd like to have a bit more space to do some other things in your business, or just a bit more space, full stop. Then you're ready for a funnel. And the third thing is, if you know how to send an email, if you know how to record a video, and, you know, to do a Facebook Live or something, it's pretty simple. Go to Facebook, hit live video, and you're done. You know how to schedule a post on any of your social media, and you know how to put together a PowerPoint presentation, then that is all of the tech skills you need to build a funnel when you have the right funnel plan. And that is what I'm going to be sharing with you on the workshop. So come along to the workshop, come save your seat. And yeah, guys, I will see you over there. I can't wait. I'll see you all then. Bye.